Hi, this is Brass and we've got some good news. First, I see that The Hill, which is a website, a political website, that tries to do a balanced approach. I think they equally loathe Republicans and Democrats, which is a good position to take. They've got someone with a brain in her head named Kim Iverson, and we've already posted a few of her things. She is sharp, and she is on the side of rationality and humanity. So she's a breath of fresh air. Now, the reason I'm mentioning it is she is the first person, other than Brass Check, who started saying this way back in relatively early 2020. She is the first person to start saying that maybe Fauci didn't do such a great job on AIDS after all. And maybe the disaster that he created with AIDS is related to the disaster he's created with COVID. Now, if you're a relatively regular Brass Check viewer, you know that in August of 2020, we released the film HIV equals AIDS, Fauci's First Fraud. And it was based on a bunch of short clips that we started putting together in March of 2020. We were among the very first to point out that Anthony Fauci is not a scientist, is an MD, but not a practicing physician, and that far from being some savior of humanity because of his work on AIDS, is actually a monster. And the film makes the case very clearly. And if only all the resistance people and all the super sharp independent journalists had picked up on the film and promoted it the way they promoted Plandemic, this thing might have had a completely different outcome. But that's water under the bridge. We've got somebody who's got something on the ball. That's Kim Iverson. And I'm going to put a link below to her comments page with a recommended message that you send her. We wanted to see the film. And, it's pretty out there, but anybody that actually watches it from A to Z realizes that it's correct. COVID is not the first time that Fauci has lied and millions have died. But we have even better news. Some of you may be aware that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been working on a book about Tony Fauci called The Real Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, Big Pharma, and the Global War on Democracy and Public Health. Well, I'm happy to say that I've seen the galleys for the book. I actually contributed to it. Very proud to say that. And I've seen the galleys, and the book is superb. It is beyond my wildest hopes. It is detailed, it's comprehensive, it's factually bulletproof, and it's devastating. No fair-minded person can read this book and walk away with any other conclusion other than Tony Fauci and the group he runs with are criminals. The book will be coming out, published by Skyhorse Press, and I will certainly let you know the day that it's available because we all want to buy it. We want to buy multiple copies, and we want to give copies to our library. We want to make sure this book is everywhere because, frankly, if people read it, it is the end of Tony Fauci, and it could even be the end of the COVID con. The book has great reviews. Luc Montagnier, the Nobel Prize winner who discovered HIV, even Tony Robbins wrote a review, and Tucker Carlson has a review, and Robert Malone, a virologist, immunologist, and molecular biologist. The great Naomi Wolf has written a review for it. Mike Adams, the health ranger's in there. Even Alan Dershowitz, believe it or not, wrote a review saying that you've got to read it. He doesn't necessarily agree with everything Kennedy says, but you've got to read the book. That's a good endorsement. So this book is coming out, and this film that a lot of you saw more than a year and a half ago is now going to be on the radar. And the whole sordid HIV equals AIDS story and how they use that fraudulent playbook to sell COVID hopefully will make its way into public consciousness. Now, the way you can help with that is to click on the link below and very politely, you don't need to be emphatic, but very politely inform Kim Iverson that she's on the right track when she talks about AIDS and COVID and Tony Fauci. But there's a lot more to the story, and this film, HIV equals AIDS, Fauci's First Fraud, tells the story. Uh, if she ever watches it, she's going to have to really be confronted with a strong ethical challenge, which is, do you tell the truth? I believe that she has the potential to be someone willing to tell the truth. Hopefully it doesn't cost her her job. But in any event, the link's below. I'll put suggested text. Again, we don't have to be emphatic. We just have to tell her that this film exists and that it's well worth watching. Thank you very much. And again, the minute the book is available, and again, it's called The Real Anthony Fauci. The minute that book is available for sale, I will let you know, and I ask everybody to immediately buy it and show the booksellers of the world that people want this information. All right, that's it.